LIV Golf in shock. Bryson DeChambeau's future takes a shocking turn. The $5 billion Saudi experiment is dying, and the face of the Rebel League is making a decision that will send shockwaves through the sport. Bryson DeChambeau's contract is up at the end of this year. LIV Golf is running on loans. The PIF is walking away, and DeChambeau has 3 paths ahead of him, all of them unpredictable. "I'd love to grow my YouTube channel 3 times, maybe even more," he told ESPN. That wasn't a threat. That was a warning. He has been speaking to the PGA Tour while simultaneously denying it. He has teamed with LIV leadership to find a buyer, but no one is willing to underwrite the league's massive losses. He has been called out by Sir Nick Faldo for having zero clue of strategy. And he just silenced the critics with a 3 under 67 at Royal Birkdale, his first under par round in a major all year. This is behind the fairway, and the shocking turn to DeChambeau's future is only just beginning. LIV Golf is collapsing. There's no other way to say it. The Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund announced earlier this year that it would pull funding after the 2026 season, having spent more than $5 billion on the soft power exercise. The blank check era is over, and the league that once poached the world's biggest stars is now running on loans. A recent UK filing revealed a debenture agreement between LIV Golf and the PIF, essentially meaning new funds would be provided as loans rather than fresh capital. The league spends roughly $100 million a month. PF provided only $333 million in capital for 2026. That's barely 3 to 4 months of expenses. CEO Scott O'Neill is averaging 3 investor calls daily, trying to secure up to $350 million in fresh capital. He's hired restructuring professionals. He's considering Chapter 11 bankruptcy. He's proposing LIV 2.0, player equity, team sales, a scaled-back schedule. But the clock is ticking. The league has 4 events left, and no one knows if it will survive the year. DeChambeau, the 2-time U.S. Open champion, has been blindsided by all of it. "I was completely shocked," he said. "A couple months before that, it's like, we're here until 2032. We've got financing until 2032. And then, I haven't had any communication." DeChambeau's situation is unlike any other player in golf. His LIV contract is up at the end of the year, making him a free agent. He has the leverage that comes with being one of the most recognizable names in the sport. But he also has baggage. While Brooks Koepka and Patrick Reed returned to the PGA Tour under a returning member program, DeChambeau's path is far more complicated. He was one of the original 11 plaintiffs in the August 2022 antitrust complaint against the PGA Tour. He was the last to remove himself from it. That means his reinstatement terms would likely be harsher than those given to Koepka or Reed. He had the chance to return earlier this year. He turned it down. Now the door might be closing. PGA Tour CEO Brian Rolap has been clear that the returning member program could be a one-time offer, and DeChambeau's potential return is further complicated by his off-course interests. He just became the first pro athlete to partner with Kalsher, the controversial prediction market platform. He also works with Underdog Fantasy, a daily fantasy sports company. The PGA Tour currently bars players from endorsing prediction markets and requires specific approval for gambling platform partnerships. Then there's YouTube. His channel has 2.6 million subscribers. He produces content that the PGA Tour has only recently begun to allow. That's an incredibly viable option, DeChambeau told Front Office Sports. Doing the course record series and doing break 50s, it does keep me quite dialed in for tournament golf. The financial opportunities are there. Here's the shocking turn that no one saw coming. DeChambeau might not choose either league. He has won 2 U.S. Opens. That makes him eligible for all 4 major championships, through at least 2028. He doesn't need the PGA Tour. He doesn't need LIV. He can compete in the majors and focus on YouTube. I'd love to play tournaments that want me, DeChambeau told ESPN. Not, I want to play the PGA Tour. Not, I want to re-sign with LIV. He wants to play tournaments that want him. That's a power move. He is betting on himself. He believes his YouTube platform is valuable enough to sustain him without a league contract. He has 2.6 million subscribers, 4.3 million Instagram followers, and 2.1 million more on TikTok. He cross-collaborates with other athletes and engages modern distribution channels. He reaches Gen Z in a way that golf has been trying to accomplish for more than a decade. But the critics are skeptical. DeChambeau questioned whether DeChambeau has lost his competitive edge. It's almost like he went from chasing Scottie Scheffler and Rory McIlroy to chasing Grant Horvat, Chambly said. It's like he wants to outdo every YouTuber in the game instead of outplay everybody in the game of golf. For one day at Royal Birkdale, DeChambeau looked like the player who won 2 U.S. Opens. He opened with a 3 under 67. He shared the lead until a bogey on the final hole dropped him 1 shot back. It was his first under par round in a major all year. He had missed the cut in the Masters, the PGA Championship, and the U.S. Open. In total, across those 3 events, he was 18 over par. But at Birkdale, something clicked. He played with Scottie Scheffler and Tyrrell Hatton. He beat Scheffler by 1 shot. He hit only 5 of 14 fairways, but he was second in the field in strokes gained off the tee. The long game that once made him one of the most feared players in the world was back. After the round, DeChambeau declined to speak to TV or print media. The 5th straight major round he has done so. But he did speak to RNA Radio. Yeah, definitely satisfying, he said. Anytime you get off to a great start, it's awesome. But there's 3 more days, dude. There's still a lot of golf to be played. Asked about his game plan, DeChambeau referenced strategy 3 times, perhaps no coincidence given Sir Nick Faldo's comments earlier in the week. I think you've got to be a lot more strategic out on the golf course, DeChambeau said. I feel like I did a really good job today of being incredibly strategic and focus super hard on placing it in the right places. The performance has silenced some critics, but the bigger questions about his future remain unanswered. Sir Nick Faldo didn't hold back. On the eve of the Open Championship, the 6-time major winner delivered a verdict that stunned the golf world. I'd say to his face, Faldo said on the Sky Sports Golf podcast, DeChambeau has 0 clue of strategy. The words were brutal. Coming from anyone else, they might be dismissed. But from Faldo, the man who made the cut in his first 23 Open appearances, the man who won 3 Claret Jugs, the man who knows links golf better than almost anyone alive. His criticism carries weight. Faldo referenced DeChambeau's comment last year that he would go out and attack the links. Faldo's response was withering. Well, I've never attacked a links. You thread it, don't you? You feed it down the fairway. The contrast couldn't be starker. DeChambeau sees links golf as a battlefield to be conquered with power. Faldo sees it as a puzzle to be solved with precision. You look at humps and bumps and think, if I send it over and feed it, it nudges back into play, Faldo explained. You don't think, oh, I'll just bomb it down there, can't see where I'm going, it's 20 yards wide. Oh yeah, good luck. Faldo wasn't the only one taking shots. Brandel Chambly also questioned DeChambeau's commitment to competitive golf. One of the biggest surprises of the year is Bryson DeChambeau, Chambly said. It's like he wants to outdo every YouTuber in the game instead of outplay everybody in the game of golf. DeChambeau has 3 paths ahead of him. Path 1, re-sign with LIV. CEO Scott O'Neill is pitching LIV 2.0 to investors. Player equity, team sales, a new format, a scaled-back schedule. O'Neill expects the league can be profitable in 3 years. But investors are skeptical. The league has lost more than $5 billion. It's running on loans. The current season has just 4 events left. If LIV finds a buyer, DeChambeau could stay. But the price tag might be lower than what he was seeking. He was reportedly looking for $500 million to re-sign. That was before the PIF announced it was leaving. Path 2. Return to the PGA Tour. The door is cracked open. Representatives for DeChambeau have already spoken to tour officials. But his reinstatement terms would be harsher than Koepka's or Reed's. He was a lead plaintiff in the antitrust lawsuit. He was the last to remove himself. The PGA Tour's membership hasn't forgotten. The path is there, but it will cost him. Path 3. Walk away from both. This is the shocking turn that no one saw coming. DeChambeau has the major exemptions. He has the YouTube platform. He has the confidence. That's an incredibly viable option, he said. He is golf's ultimate free agent, and the decision he makes in the coming months will reshape professional golf forever. The $5 billion experiment is ending. Bryson DeChambeau stands at the center of the chaos. His contract is up. His league is collapsing. His options are narrowing. But he has leverage. 2 U.S. Opens, a YouTube empire, and the boldness to bet on himself. Sir Nick Faldo says he has zero clue of strategy. Brandel Chambly says he's chasing YouTubers instead of trophies. And DeChambeau just shot a 67 at Royal Birkdale, his best major round of the year. The critics are watching, the leagues are waiting, and the golf world is holding its breath. If you made it this far, you love golf drama as much as we do. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. Because Behind the Fairway is your #1 source for breaking golf news, controversy, and deep analysis. Drop a comment below. Should Bryson DeChambeau return to the PGA Tour, stay with LIV, or go all in on YouTube?